I'm Jessie Janae, founder of Lumi, and this is Shipping Things. Today we're talking about the different printing processes that you can use to print your boxes. What are the pros and cons, and how do you make the right choice? Let's start with flexographic printing. Flexo is the most used printing process for package printing. And it works kind of like a giant rubber stamp mounted to a cylinder that the corrugated runs underneath, and the ink goes directly onto the box itself. Now, there's a lot of things that are possible with this method. If you print onto kraft, you can actually let the kraft show through, or you can start with white corrugate and have the white color show through, meaning that you can actually have less print colors but still have a pop. Flexo is usually the most economical process because it all happens in one step. The machines can print and cut the box all in line so that it comes out finished on the other end. Just keep in mind that as you add additional colors, that will add another step and another plate in that machine and add a little bit of cost as you go. I really like the look of Flexo printing. I even named my dog Flexo. Hi, Flexo. Now for lithographic printing. This process is used on both retail and shipper boxes, but to put lithography on corrugated, you require a process called lithographic lamination. Paper is printed and then laminated to your box in a two-step process. That makes the expense go up a bit, but also expands your ability for printing and materiality. You can do full color really easily, you can get a glossy finish because you're laminating glossy paper to corrugated, or you can get a different finish entirely that wouldn't be possible with Flexo, like a soft touch. In addition to higher cost, another potential downside of litho is durability. Because it's a piece of paper laminated to corrugated, you can get creasing and bending at the edges and also scratching on the surface. But because it's laminated, you can also do more with printing on paper than you can direct printing on corrugated, which means it's better for full color prints. If I wanted to print Flexo's face on a box, I'd go with litho. We can't talk about box printing without at least mentioning digital printing. Digital printing on boxes works similarly to digitally printing on paper, except there's big machines where corrugated runs underneath a big inkjet printhead. When you look really closely at a digitally printed box, you will see pixelation, and it can watermark and fade in light. So they're not super durable. The pro is that you don't have setup fees like plate costs, but the con is that even at large volumes, the boxes are still very expensive. So digital printing really nets out best when you're doing a prototyping run or maybe a small marketing run. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, so here's a couple key things to remember. One, it's good to think about what print process you want to use before you start designing, so you can make sure to maximize the print process you choose. Another thing is that you can combine methods. These are not mutually exclusive. You can have a box with Flexo on the outside and lithographic printing on the inside. And lastly, don't get bowled over simply by expensive processes. It's easy to feel like only the best for my brand and later realize that you could have achieved the same look in a simpler way. Now that you know about the printing processes for boxes, you can select the best one for your brand. Choosing between Flexo and litho can be confusing, but let's see what his preference is. There you have it, folks. Choosing is hard, but we hope you're more informed.